he wearing a chastity
I
belt?
thought this was G-rated. Gary!
Is he wearing a chastity belt?
Oh my gosh!
We're gonna get demonetized.
Didn't we just barely get monetized?
We didn't even get monetized yet, man.
We need more watch hours.
Do you hear that, viewers? Watch the game. Watch the game.
But not with your kids, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Had it on a plan, guys, did we?
There were like 6 plans in play, and I don't think we established any of them.
I want to rescue Bubblegum, so I feel like that's what Tybar would do. Tybar's gonna run into the room, grab Bubblegum, and start dragging him out of the room. And Tybar's muscles are just like bulging as he's like pulling him.
Yeah, he's probably the heaviest single individual that you've ever felt.
I usually can carry 5 men. Holy cow!
In a way, right now you are. Ashra.
Okay, well, I know Carrie said we were going to seal the doors. So, this creature, right? It's been locked up for like bazillions of jillions of years. And now that it's down, Ash is not afraid of it, and she has a really, really good idea. So she's gonna run in after this creature. She's gonna jump, like she has to like do a flying leap to get over Bubblegum, right? She's gonna run up to the creature, and she's gonna sneeze on its eyeball, right in its face. It's never been exposed to the germs that she has been plagued with, and she has a stupid cold.
I don't know what that was, but it wasn't to sneeze.
What was that?
That's how Ash sneezes.
Germ
It's her cyborg.
warfare.
Is that a cyborg sneeze? Is that how cyborg sneeze?
I hit the wrong button.
That's horrifying. What happens when you burp?
That needs to be a short.
Is it like a foghorn?
That needs to be a short.
Oops.
That's the title of the short.
Here we go again. So you go up to him and go. All right, there's plenty of room. I'm not going to make you roll to like have to tumble past people because there's enough that you could get by. So you can sneeze on this thing.
1d4 of damage. Just kidding.
So in the long run, that could be devastating.
It's true.
Sidebar.
Ash runs by Tybar as he's hulking away Bubblegum. He's gonna yell at Ash, "You idiot! Get out of that effing room!"
I'm going to run up to start helping Tybar. I am not nearly as strong, but I'm going to run up and I'm going to take hold of Bubblegum so that I'm helping Tybar pull him down the corridor. And as I'm running down, I'm going to shout, "Little goblin! Grab the professor! Grab the professor!"
So you can do that as a charge and then start.
Take hold and start heaving.
Yeah, and I'll say next round your assistance will kick in.
Okay.
Like his movement that he's done is already done. You're just more grabbing and starting to take what load that you can.
Okay, so Goblina kind of sits up and she's just talking a mile a minute. She's like, I don't understand. What did I see? Cherry, what did I see? What did I see? Cherry, it was when it was man. It was like there was a big board and you were there. And did I see the game master? And then Vitrion says, "Go, little goblin, get the professor." Oh, right, Professor. So she's gonna scamper up and she drops like her bag and picks up her stuff again and puts it back in her bag. And she's gonna run, scamper, do a little cartwheel, and grab the professor and start leading him out of the room.
Oh
no.
Remember what you told me not to do last time that I joked? Yeah, your bird fell off. It's flying around right there. See, it's
No more cherry.
It's okay. We know how super glue works.
sorry. It came off really easy. I didn't like drop or anything.
You start helping the professor. And the professor goes to, wait. That man, he beat the creature. I've never seen anything like. Wait a minute, this changes things. We have time. You gotta get back into the reactor. Get it back into the reactor. My God, you fools! What are you doing?
Where's the reactor? Which way are you talking about?
He points to the chamber that you saw the creature emerge from.
Okay, so Goblin is going to relay that to everybody using her telepathic word. And she has 10 words, so she's going to say, shove that thing back into the reactor.
The thing back where it came from.
Or so help me. Do.
If there's an access panel in the hallway, I want to start the station evacuation protocol.
There's not a general fire alarm and evacuate the millions of people who live there. It's a little harder than that. There's not even enough ships.
I should have hired a Gary Driscoll to plan the city, because he would have made sure there was an alarm and plenty of ships.
Well, each section's designed to be sealed off on its own. Even if there was some sort of a breach into space, it wouldn't affect the entire station. So a mass exodus like that. There are escape pods, there are ships that people could escape into, but an evacuation on that size, it's kind of like going to New York City and expecting there to be one alarm that you could pull and everyone would evacuate New York City. There's not enough cars, trains, buses, anything to evacuate everyone in New York all at the same time.
So Titanic and New York and Absalom Station are all the same. There are not enough boats or ships or cars. Somebody's gonna die.
Apparently so.
Those fools. They built it with 99 holes, and it pierced all 99 holes. Why didn't they build it with 100 holes?
So you see the bad guy who's all he has his head caved in and ribs broken, things like that. You see, he starts to reform, and you hear things start snapping back into the place, and damaged hand, he just rips it off, and you see a lump kind of come from his chest and move down into its arm, and just another hand of a different color sprouts out, and it goes to its head that's caved in on the side, and he just kind of rips it off and throws it to the side, and you see something come bubbling up from its stomach, moving its way up to its neck, and you just see a head start to come up out of the neck.
Because that's not terrifying.
I'm gonna roll to see if Goblina vomits. She does.
I'm not even gonna roll. Oh man, I was right next to the thing.
You hear the sound of the airlock door. And we have Abby's fig.
Did I get put away?
We might have. The door opens behind you. People are taking defensive positions on either side of the door. They seem to have Chanterelle hostage. One of them speaks up and goes, I would suggest you would give yourselves up. Our bounty says dead or alive. I, however, would like for you all to stand a chance, to have a chance at a trial. So please, lay down your weapons. We have one of your numbers hostage.
How well would I have heard that with everything that's going on in here?
Well, it was yelled, so you probably still heard it, but it's coming from behind you. It's just one more thing. Now you have a two-front war. You have bounty hunters behind you, and they have Chanterelle, who is in a different part of the station, and they managed to capture her, and they and then you have this creature that's in front of you, but they don't know about the creature. They're just trying to bring you in.
Well, I was tempted to go in there and try to push that creature in there, but now I kind of want to feed these guys to it.
High five, that's where my brain went to.
So it gets stronger?
So here's the problem, though, is somebody ran into the room who I've devoted my entire life to protecting. So Tybar will look at Vidrion, be like, you got this. And he's going to let go of Bubblegum. He's going to run into the room, interpose himself in between Ashara and the creature, and then I'm just gonna, because I would have heard the professor, I'm gonna start shoving the creature back to the thing.
The professor indicated there's a limited amount of time that this creature can be unmade.
Yeah,
If we wait too long, it'll be permanent.
Yes. And I'm gonna look at Ashara and say, out. Now. Don't come back.
The problem is right now, you don't have enough to move that distance, pick him up, and then go and put him into the reactor and shut the door. You can get there and you can pick him up just fine. Mm-hmm. But the problem is he's probably going to be fully capable on his turn next time.
Can I punch him really hard? Or...
Yes, you can take whatever action you want. Now, you can't pick him up and punch him or stab him or whatever, but you can choose to either pick him up or punch him or...
Okay, so with his head just popping up...
I have an idea. I was gonna say, if you shove him and then I shove him and then we all just kind of push him on everybody's turn, we might get him in time.
You think you can push that?
I can help.
I mean, we can. Like, I can start picking him up, but I'm thinking if I do some damage to him, he'll have to regenerate more.
Yeah, that's fair.
My idea is I'm gonna use my pulse gauntlets, and I'm gonna punch like down into his head to try to force the head back down, or at least break the head that's coming
Holy crap.
Okay.
Like a whack-a-mole?
Yeah, but I'm like full on shoving my arm down in there, like. Yes, I'm making sure that he stops crowning.
Chanterelle, by the way, roll at initiative. We'll get you in.
I have so many things to say that are so
What would you
inappropriate.
like?
So I will just stay quiet.
Okay. So now I'll say you're able to hold it off. If you can do greater than 15 points of damage, you've given yourself another round.
I have a possibility that I can. So you want me to just roll straight damage, or do I need a roll to hit?
Well, he's prone on the ground, regenerating, so he can't dodge. Okay. So I'm gonna say unless you roll like a 1, I'm gonna say you do it.
Okay, so still roll to hit.
But it only counts if you roll a 1, and that's a miss.
Don't roll a 1.
I rolled a 4, so there we go.
If you critted, that would have been double damage.
That does 9 damage on my roll. I add half my strength modifier to my punching, which is another 10. And then I add 1.5 my level to the damage.
29.5.
Round
Okay.
up. Round up. 30 is good.
You met the threshold that you stalled it off, but you still see other parts of the body regenerating. And even if you damage that head really severely, you just see it would just kind of come out and roll to the side, and a new one would start coming out in its place. Now you're going to Chanterelle. Now, what's happening with you? Right now, your hands are bound behind you. You are shackled, so you can't take much more than just a little bit of a step, a little bit of a waddle, and you have a gun to the back of your head.
Where in relation to doorways am I? Am I on that side or am I on this side?
You are right here. Yeah, I can move a camera so you can get a better point of view of it. And there we are. So you are here, and you got a guy with a gun behind you. You have these two assailants over here, and then you have this is the female that was talking. So she seems she was at least the spokesperson for the group, not necessarily the leader. And they're doing that whole thing like in Star Wars where they're hiding behind the sections of the wall.
Got it.
So they have cover, so they can be hard to shoot from a distance.
Okay, so there are 4 of them in total?
Yes.
Cool beans. I wasn't prepared to come in so soon.
Would it help you if they were to execute you and then you just had to make a new character? That would give you some time.
Oh yeah,
to think about
that'd
it.
be plenty of time. But
yeah, it'd be plenty of time.
First off, I'm just gonna be like super confused because I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea how I got kidnapped or why I got kidnapped. I was minding my own business somewhere in, the station, and now all of a sudden there's monsters and bounty hunters, and I'm like, guys, I was gone for 5 minutes. What did you do? I can't even get away because I'm chained. And the only plan that I had, I didn't want to use yet.
Good aim.
No, because it's epic and I need more than 4 people. So I'm going to cast Fog Cloud and use that as cover to try and get away. Yes, that is what we are going to do.
Okay, so it's enough to fog that room that you're in, basically.
Oh, yeah. I'm like halfway down the hall.
Are you wanting to fog halfway down the hall where your friends are?
I mean, no, but that's what we're going to do.
A fog starts forming. Now, what do you do in this fog? You hear they're casting some sort of a spell to obscure our vision. Everyone keep alert. Keep hold of our captive. You feel the person's grip tighten on you.
Okay, so while he's speaking, I'm short. I can't even do that. Dang, I forget I'm short. I was going to headbutt him, because if I could headbutt him, chances are he'd accidentally bite down on my mushroom cap, which would poison him. But I'm short.
You could knee butt him.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's try, we can stomp on his foot. I can reach his foot. Yeah, we're going to stomp on his foot and see if he'll release me.
I'm going to say he lets go of you, but it almost seems on purpose, like he half pushes you, and so you fall to the ground in front of him. I was waiting for an excuse. He is only going to do 1 point of damage. He just grazes you because he...
Can't really see me.
He hits you in the stemmen.
Okay, so Ash is going to look at the doctor, and she's going to say, Doctor, if he gets the creature in, can you help me lock it in or close the chamber?
Yes, I know the sequence, but I don't know if we have time anymore. But yes, if you get it into the reactor, but that's okay. It's okay. I have a backup plan for this. I've had my people put explosives on the core of the station. We can make the ultimate sacrifice, and it won't kill the creature, but it'll take a long time for it to come back. Maybe somebody will have time to prepare. Maybe somebody else will know. He flips a little switch, and the little button starts blinking, arming it.
Ooh.
And he goes to you, Miss, what do you think happened to the planet that was here? Others made the sacrifice. Maybe we should too. Okay, and that's the turn.
No.
Vityon, your turn.
I look around. I guess I better take care of those stupid bounty hunters. I scamper down the hall into the fog because I have blind sense. Because I have enhanced senses, so I have blind sense at 60 feet. So I run down the hall and I try to perform my trick attack on the bounty hunter that's holding Chanterelle.
Let's see. Now you're going to run down the hall. Now there's what is your movement? Like 30 feet, I would imagine,
40.
Right? Your movement's 40 feet? Okay.
And I have enhanced senses.
Well, the senses isn't the problem. It was the movement.
Oh.
Because that is your entire movement. And so you can get there with your movement to one of them. I mean, this is about where you can get. So now you can see someone more clearly, and the cover is not going to be so helpful to them.
Okay.
Your advanced senses would help you see through the fog too.
Only up to 5 feet.
Well, he's probably within 5 feet of the one on the right.
I'm going to lunge with my trick attack at that bounty hunter.
Oh, you're out of movement.
I'll still perform the trick attack, but I'll use my semi-auto pistol. Since I did the attack, I get... So then since that hits, I get to do the damage with the pistol, which is 1d6. Plus, I get to do an additional 4d8 damage. 20 damage.
Oh, my calculator? No. All those dice, like...
That mushroom better be worth it.
Goblina, your turn.
Okay. So Goblina lets out a blood-curdling scream. I felt like my arm broke off. It's like phantom limb syndrome. No, can't think about that. Don't worry, Chanterelle. We're coming to save you. And she starts with her little legs running down the hall. She has a movement of 35. She's going to run as far down the hall as she can. And she's shouting to the bounty hunter. She's saying, if you just think about what you're doing, you'll decide that maybe religion is a way to improve your quality of life. And then she trips, falls on her face, and accidentally shoots off her flamethrower into that room.
So it has a 50% chance of hitting?
Her tripping and shooting it accidentally is just fluff. I'm still going to roll it.
Oh, no, I know, but because of the fog, there's
yeah.
a 50% chance that it'll hit something useful.
Okay. Here we go. So I got a 19 to hit. I'm aiming at the lady in red.
The lady in red is covered in fog.
You are not the game master, so I will let him tell me what I can and cannot shoot at.
There's cover and concealment. So it's not covered, it has, what's the concealment of that? Is it?
It doesn't say. It just says that there's a 50% chance of...
Okay, 50% chance. Okay, so if there's a 50% chance, isn't that an area weapon anyway?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So...
And then I get to do up to 4 additional targets that are close by. So I'm going to try and tag each one of them. And I was going to avoid Chanterelle, but I think now I'm going to tag her too.
So just roll me a d6, and 1 through 3, you hit her, and then, 4 through 6, you don't.
A 2.
So you hit her. The female bounty hunter says, "You idiot. You've wanted to kill our hostage from the beginning. I told you that's how we were going to get everybody. You don't want to bring in anybody alive. You're worthless, and you've always been worthless." And she just starts going off on this person. And she starts pointing the gun at that person, just kind of not so much aiming like she's directly going to fire, but just like, "You worthless piece of garbage. I never should have brought you in on this." And so this other person is very prideful. So you can see well, you can't see, but that person's getting rather upset. He did want to shoot Chanterelle in the back of the head, but he's rethinking that. All right.
Yes, my
So-
flamethrower worked.
All right. Now it's going to go to Joy.
I'm gonna go over to the professor and say, since you know the sequence, let me hold that button, be in charge of that while you go put in the coding for the chamber.
Yes, it's a good idea. Careful. It has a hair trigger.
And Joy dropped it.
And a little countdown starts on it. Oh, you've accidentally hit the button. And he starts going over to little chair. He starts motorizing it over towards a...
Can I start to deactivate it?
Don't roll a 1.
You can see if you can deactivate it. So he starts heading over there.
I mean, that is her whole thing.
Is he cackling the entire time he's rolling over there?
25.
25 to disarm it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can stop the countdown, and it's not fully disarmed. It's just the countdown.
Okay.
Countdown is paused.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Was it this round that Tybar punched his head and
Yes.
gave him an
Yeah.
extra?
Yes.
Okay, so he doesn't. All right, he doesn't take anything this round. You still see him. He's still regenerating, and like I said, things are still coming out. And
Oh no. Not again.
He's crowning.
Tybar's like,
Crowning round 2.
he's looking at it, and he looks pissed. He's got this like, "I'm gonna eat something on you."
Can I just say thank goodness that the button didn't go to Tybar this time, that Joy actually got to use her technical skills and you're punching things, so we're doing good. Doing real good.
I love the fact that he punched its head actually worked.
You didn't think it would work?
No.
He's Tybar! As soon as he said he was punching that thing, I was like, cool.
Okay.
Tybar, it's your turn.
I am hauling that sucker and I am shoving him into that thing as hard as I can.
Pushing him in. Not actually as heavy as bubblegum.
You're nothing. I'm just gonna like curl him as I go along.
Do a set. Do a set.
No, that's just a curl for him.
Your keeper seems to make him grow
Is there anything like on that I could like touch to start activating it or anything, or?
There's a control panel to, shut the door and to reactivate whatever this thing is. Roll an intelligence check to see if you can figure it out.
Just no.
Didn't we just say technical stuff? No.
You put it in. I'm next. Can roll the intelligence tech to shut the door.
Now I could give you a roll. If you do this, you accomplish it. And if you get in between here, you don't. And if you do this, you set off the self-destruct sequence.
I'm just gonna holler at the dog. Tell us, Shara, the code. Dang it, I got it in here.
Is there a code to shut the door?
The professor. Well, yes, of course. There's a code. It's in my head.
Tell me the code.
It's my wife and I anniversary.
It's almost like it's not your turn.
Yeah, it's also not your turn. That's true. Okay, so then Chanterelle is, she's dazed because she was knocked to the floor by her attacker and grazed by a bullet. Then it's going to go to Ashra.
See, I told you. So I'm trying to get the code. Like, tell me what's your anniversary? Tell me the numbers of your anniversary, and I will put them in this little beep bop boop bin thingy.
All right. Well, our anniversary. See, we got married in March. It was beautiful spring. September. No, wait, that's not spring. Wait a minute. So he eventually rambles through everything. And to get okay, yeah, that's right. Okay. It's let's see, it's 562011.
Okay. Aww.
And the door to the thing shuts, and then it goes, okay, now you're gonna have to reinitialize its power systems.
Do I still have time to start that on my turn?
On your turn, no.
We could have Tybar do it.
Joy's coming up.
No.
Yeah, Joy's got this.
So now we are going to Vitrion.
It's time to finish off these bounty hunters for good. I'm going to lunge, I can use a full action to lunge and make a melee attack on the same bounty hunter.
Did you? Oh my gosh.
You got a 1?
I got a 1.
Okay, intern.
Good job.
I'm going to say in the fog, there's a chance that you hit Chanterelle.
No.
So I'm going to give you a, let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to give you a 50-50. 1 through 3, you hit Chanterelle. The other ones, you just hit nothing.
Nice.
You're hitting Chanterelle. Now let's see, where do you hit her? Ooh, full body. You hit her dead on.
Oh no!
David.
This is the second session where he shot a teammate.
Roll some damage.
For the love, man.
So, because I was doing the trick attack.
No! Oh
No.
God.
Hold on. No. But because I was doing the trick attack, that technically was a failure. But is it a success for purposes of the Nat 1?
Well, the Nat 1, usually something bad happens.
Okay,
Like
cool.
you fall prone, you shoot an ally, you accidentally shoot the thing you came to steal. Well, at least there's a chance to it. And I was giving you a 50-50.
Okay.
I think the question though is he at the operative bonus to
Yeah.
damage?
Am I adding my 4d8?
No, I wouldn't add your
Okay.
your bonus to it. Just do a straight attack.
I do have weapon specialization though.
It's like you trip.
So do
and
I
you
have to
fell.
add the weapon specialization?
No, because you're not adding all your skill into it.
Okay.
It's more you tripped and fell. Two. Okay, so we'll tell her when she gets back that she gets 2 points of damage because Vitrion decided to attack her in the fog.
Well, that didn't go well.
Goblina.
So Goblina stands up and looks at Vitrion and goes, "Are you really on our side?"
Frankly, in the last 2 hours, I don't know.
So then Goblina's going to take out one of her tornado grenades, pull the pin, and throw it in the room with the bounty hunters.
Oh no.
Maybe you should have hurt fewer teammates.
So
No, I'm kidding.
you're gonna punish Sean?
What do you mean you can't? I'm about ready to do it. You threw the grenade.
I didn't realize he was in. I don't mind hitting Chanterelle, but I didn't realize he was in the room too. In that case, I'll shoot the blame thrower at the cyber flying booty lady.
If you just take it like another step forward, 1 step to the right, you should be able to see her pretty well.
Works for me.
And the fog is starting to dissipate.
Goblina aims it and says, "This is a chance for you to reassess your friendship." And she rolls a 15.
15 is enough to hit, but roll a d6 and you hit unless you roll a 6, because I'm saying the fog is dissipating.
I roll a 6.
You rolled a 6?
Mm-hmm.
My gosh! Do you have a re-roll or something?
I have this. What's that one do?
That's a crit.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed hit.
I suppose I could use one of these to reduce it by 1 to a 5.
I'll allow that.
All right. I rolled a 5.
Yay.
That person gets upset and starts, blaming the friends for everything going bad. I could have taken these people myself. I would have had them by now if it wasn't for you rank amateurs. And then she does this thing where she spins and these little feathers, part of her wings, shoot out these blades in all directions, kind of this death blossom attack.
Ooh.
And everybody in the room, and everybody there is going to take 6 points of damage in the room if an AC 19 hits you. So Chanterelle is going to get the 2, so she got 8 points of damage already from being in that room.
She's going to come back dead.